Oh? Fancy meeting you here. I didn't know you were on a trip to the city this time of year. What brings you into town? Not work this time, eh? Interesting. I never thought I'd see you outside of the busy season. You're on vacation in Fontaine? Surely you've got a reason for coming here of all places then. Friends to visit, sights to see. You really are the same as I remember. It feels like it's been at least a year since I saw you last. Who knew spending a night at Hotel Debord would be fun? What am I doing here? Oh, nothing. I was just feeling cramped. Lately, being surrounded by seawater has been a little stressful for me. I'm not so sure why. It's like home down there. I care about every person stuck underwater with me. But Siegeween noticed my health declining. I was going to ignore her order for me to spend some time on the surface, but then she threatened to tell Nicolette, and I knew I wouldn't hear the end of it if I kept ignoring her. He takes the mental health of Melusines very seriously. If Siegeween complained about me, well, I would stand no chance of a peaceful life in the fortress. And I have to admit, as worried as I am about the state of things down there, it's nice to see the sun again. And to see you. It's nice of you to pay us a visit. I have no idea if you plan on visiting the fortress anytime during your trip, so I guess this wasn't such a bad idea after all. You actually thought I was worth visiting? Well then, I learn something new every day. From the way our head nurse described my first impression, I was certain you were far from a fan of mine. I guess opinions change. What was that? Who's running the fortress in my stead? Miss Clorand picked up the slack on my behalf. She will be compensated greatly. That woman is a stickler for the rules, so I trust that any inappropriate behavior from inmates will be swiftly dealt with. At the same time, no one should even have a chance to realize I'm gone. I left in silence so it wouldn't raise any alarms. Why? Planned on visiting her too? I can take you back to the fortress in a few days. That's when I go back. Will you be around? Great. So, have you had any good tea since you've been to town? Oh, come on. You knew it was coming. I can't see an old friend for the first time in months and not invite them out to tea. Or in for tea in our case. It's quite late. I doubt any tea shops are open at this hour. Besides, I have tea of my own in my room. I trust the quality of my brew better than any. You recall, don't you? Mm-hmm. Fontaine's finest. Second to none. My tea game has only gotten better since Monsieur Nicolette took time to inform me of the difference water makes in each pour. I found that water from Mondstadt goes best with my mix, but water from Liyue is kinder to Siegeween's palate. I boil them in different kettles now. Hey, don't laugh. I know. The Duke of the Fortress of Meripede turns water buff. It's a ridiculous story. But you've got to taste it for yourself to understand. So, care to join me? I don't require you to stay past tea time, but I wouldn't be upset if you did. If need be, I'll carry you to your room and make you breakfast as an apology for talking so long I put you to sleep. You're in? Awesome. Follow me. I'm on the 3rd floor. Oh, you too? Well, that works out then, doesn't it? Come on then. Do you prefer your tea hot or cold? Got it. Let me go put the kettle on. We can talk about your trip while we wait. Back. So, you're visiting friends, right? Who all is on that list, I wonder? From the Udex to Farina herself. You sure do get around. Last I remember, you were here on business. What was that all about? Oh, set design. Is that how you met Miss Farina? She's a pretty popular director around these parts. Have you worked under her before? You have? So tell me, are the rumors true? Don't answer if you don't want to. I've just heard you can be a real diva on set. I don't doubt it. With some of the ridiculous things she's gotten away with saying about people around me, I wonder what she says when I'm not looking. If she's like that around people, I can't imagine what she's like when she's in the zone. I know I've done things I'm not proud of to move work along. I'd think she's in a similar position. Or not. She seems quite proud of the way she handles herself, actually. All right. That's about what I expected. I don't mean to gossip. I was just wondering if anything had changed since the last time we talked. I was considering giving her a visit while I'm up here, but it seems she'd stress me out all the same. How unfortunate. Don't get me wrong, I'll still say hi. I just don't want a headache on my vacation. She's never been too fond of me given my history. I guess that's also something to do with it. All the same to me. I don't mind if people like me or not. It's none of my business what they think. It only becomes my problem when I make it that way, so I tend to avoid high-tension situations. Contrary to popular belief, I've never been one for stirring the pot. It's fun until it splashes back in your face and you get burned. You look like you don't believe me. Trust me, I've mellowed out since we last spoke. You won't find any drama hanging around me. I think I've gotten a little too old to keep instigating. Living under there's nothing but conflict. Sometimes I have to remind myself that being bored can be a good thing. It gives you time to yourself, to think, to sort out emotions. I've come to realize that using conflict to block out my feelings isn't healthy. It doesn't always take therapy to come to conclusions like that. Sometimes all it takes is a dark, lonely room. Oh, don't give me that face. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with me. Not that there isn't, but I guess what I'm saying is that I'm getting better. Feels kind of weird saying that out loud. Taking life one step at a time, huh? Feels better than I'd expected. I can't change my past, and believe me, I wouldn't. But I can alter the shape of my future. Looks like the water's ready. I'll be right back. And don't worry, I didn't forget the way you said you'd like your tea. I'd hate to ruin the experience of your new favorite blend for you. And we're back. Here you are. Is it to your liking? I can always add or take away if need be. Oh, and I left the diffuser in there for you. I wasn't sure how strong you wanted it, and didn't want to risk doing it wrong. Like I said, if this is meant to be your new favorite... Alright, I'll stop. You could at least pretend to like it, though. It's not bad, I swear. And if you need sugar, there's some in the bowl in front of you. Yeah, I guess you could say I thought of everything. When it comes to the things I care about, I try to be thorough. Thanks for hearing me out on my offer. I'm glad you were willing to speak with me this evening. Why? Well, it's been forever, that's all. And remember how I said I'm trying to avoid conflict? I'd hate to know what you'd tell people if you declined my offer. You'd probably parade around town calling me a creep for inviting you up to my room. Then again, you never did seem the type. People like you for a reason. I feel like with enough time, we could be good friends. So, maybe this is a start to that. Forget I said that. Seriously, thank you. It means a lot that you are willing to spend some of your vacation time with me. You're free to go as soon as you finish your tea. That sounded... what I meant to say was, I don't want to hold you from your plans. As nice as time talking with you has been, we achieved our goal for the day. It would be a shame to hog you. The rest of your friends deserve to have some time with you as well. I'm sorry, what was that? You want to stay? I mean, I'm not opposed to the idea, but is it a good idea? People saw you walk in here, you know? And not just for your sake. It'd be a little odd if the one time I leave the fortress, I'm seen spending the night with someone. If you insist on staying, I don't mind. I just think it's a little strange is all. What, scared of spending the night alone? First official night in town? Yeah, I get that. Alright then. I'll set up the spare bed for you and... no? You sure about that? Then again, I guess you're wondering why I rented a double queen room anyway, yeah? Don't worry, you're not intruding. I just like having the option of sleeping closer or farther from the AC unit. I suppose if you feel more secure with me, I'll pick the one closer too. That way we won't get hot. How's that sound? Good? Alright. It's a plan then. I noticed you brought your bag with you. Did you need a shower? You're all good? Okay. You go on ahead and change while I'm in the bathroom then. I was out earlier today. Don't want to get in the bed without cleaning up first. I'll be out in a minute. Alright? Is it safe to come out yet? Alright, good. I'm ready. What about you? All done? Nothing else you need before bed? It is kind of late. I wasn't expecting to be awake at this hour, actually. Huh? Yeah, running into you was completely by chance. I was just gonna have my usual nightly cup of tea and hit the sack. What? Shocked I don't stay up past dark? Not everyone has your overactive imagination, you know. Besides, I get all my time to think during the day. Once the sun goes down, I like to quiet my mind. Best way to do that is a good night's sleep. Speaking of, I'm getting pretty tired right now. I've basically trained my body to sleep at this time, so... This is embarrassing. You're making me feel like an old man, looking at me like I'm crazy. Come on, try getting some rest. If you sleep now, you'll be up bright and early in the morning. I'd like to watch the sunrise. It's, not very often I get to, you know? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you know. You've been in the fortress. It's not much of a sight to wake up to every morning, but it's home. As cool as it is up here, once I return, I probably won't come back for a while. How long? Who knows? A few months? A few years? It's all the same down there. But that community? Watching people grow and change, for better or for worse, it's a beautiful part of the human experience. And if there's one thing I'm proud to own, it's my humanity. We all get one life. Might as well live it to the fullest. For you, that looks like traveling the world doing what you love. I can admire that. But for me, well, it's managing a prison and reforming criminals. And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm glad you understand. Now, come to bed. I'm getting my shut-eye whether you like it or not. I don't have much of a choice. I'm exhausted. What, the teacups? Oh, we can get those up in the morning. I'm too tired to worry about them at the moment. Come on, lie down. There you go. If you're having any trouble drifting off, let me know. I'm the host, so it's my responsibility to make sure you're comfortable. Don't worry about waking me up either. For you, I don't think I'll mind. Got that? Alright. Then I guess I can rest easy. Good night. I'll see you in the morning.